Sometimes I wish that I could go back in time and go to my 19-year-old self and give her all of the advice and all of the wisdom that I know now. Because when I was 19, I was very much in my flop era, and I never thought that I would get out of it. And it can be a really scary and discouraging place to be, especially as a musician, as an artist, a creative. And I want to speak to you as if I'm speaking to my 19-year-old self and kind of tell you what I would tell her. And what I'd start off by saying is that you've put your dream out there. You've put your dream out into the universe, what you want, who you want to be. And you're looking around and you're thinking, how is this going to be possible? There's nothing that's indicating that this is for me. There's nothing that indicates that I'm worthy of this. Not to mention you're going through a lot of stuff in your head where you're thinking really negatively about yourself. Failure is the teacher that has been brought into your life at this point. And that teacher is showing you the way. It is showing you how to step into your authenticity, how to distinguish what you don't like so that you know what you do like. And it's really important for you not to panic right now, because I know it seems like this is going to go on forever, like you're never going to achieve what you want to achieve, you're never going to be how you want to be, you're never going to look how you want to look. And I wish that I could give you the peace of mind in knowing that it's all entirely possible, and that what you're going through right now is an opportunity to take a journey. It's an opportunity to explore, to adventure, to grow, to expand. And I know that can seem really scary when you're in the depths of your flop. It can seem like you're invisible, like nobody sees you, nobody sees your potential, nobody sees what you could be. And that can be the most frustrating feeling. But I want you to take away everybody else's perspective of you. Because I know that when you're in your flop era, all you're thinking about is what everybody else is thinking about, how they're viewing you, their opinion of you, what they think that you're capable of. And that can be such a damaging loop where you know that everybody can see you in your flop era, and the anxiety from that is so insurmountable. Not to mention the way that you feel about yourself already. It can just be one hit after the other. But I want you to know that light that you know is inside of you, that spark that you know is inside of you, is real. It is real. The universe heard your dream, your aspiration, what you want out of life. And it's putting you in this position for a reason, so that you can become stronger. And when you can focus inward instead of worrying about everybody else, comparing yourself to other people, and really just accept your flop. Accept your flop era, really embrace it and say, okay, this is where I'm at, this is who I am right now, but I'm going to get better, and I'm going to take steps towards what I want out of life. So when I was in my flop era, I was embodying styles, aesthetics, interests, these things that I just didn't align with authentically. Whether that was to keep up with trends, to impress people that I didn't even care about, that didn't even care about me, kind of searching for external validation because I had no internal validation. I had no way of validating myself. And I think by embracing your flop era, you take your power back to validate yourself, to sit with yourself and really say, I see you. I see that spark in you. I see that potential in you, even though the exterior and the way that you feel doesn't reflect that. There is still something that lives inside of you, something that needs to be expressed. And I know that this can be a really daunting journey to take. It can be really scary to sit with yourself, to accept yourself, especially when you're just so afraid of even other people seeing you and seeing those sides of you, and we hide ourselves behind this really terribly made mask, and I mean, I used to just buy the cheapest knockoff clothing and just cared so much about being seen as just wealthy and in the know and up to standard with the trends and up to standard in general, while actively going against everything that made me who I was. I believe that truly overcoming your flop era comes with going towards your authenticity and embracing who you really are at your core, your interests, your true honest interests, the clothing that you like, being free enough to explore those things without fear of judgment from other people, So when we're doing the work to get out of our flop era, it can be really emotionally uncomfortable. But I want you to see that as growing pains, because you get so used to wearing a mask, you get so used to masking who you are, creating a facade of who you think others want you to be, or who you want to be based off of what others would like. And then when you actively step into your authenticity and you start exploring that fully and truthfully, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable to be you and to, get some knockback and get people being uncomfortable with it and being confused by it. I remember when I started my YouTube channel back in 2021, and I think that it was quite shocking for my friends. I think that there was a lot of people around me that didn't think that this was a genuine part of me, that, me sort of talking about these things and being very spiritual and being very outwardly helpful and loving, I guess, was something that was genuine and authentic to me, because I'd always put up a front like it wasn't, like I was someone that I wasn't, and that this part of me just got really suppressed, right? I want you to take me as an example, I mean, it feels amazing to do this, to really help other people and to come on here and talk about my experiences and talk about the wisdom that I have had for years, right? And it's something that's authentic to me, and it's something that has been extremely fulfilling for me. And, that's been a part of coming out of my flop era, has been exploring these parts of me that are authentically me, that fuel me, that fulfill me, that make me happy, because this isn't about making other people like me. It's about helping other people. It's about aligning with who I am and expressing who I am and giving what I have, because genuinely I just wish that I had had somebody in my life that was like me today. And that's why I mentor people. That's why I help musicians, especially women and non-binary. Obviously it's not limited to that. I'll mentor anyone, but my point is that I feel like it's so important to share these things with other people, because I just wish that I had somebody to tell me. And even just knowing that it's okay to flop and it's okay to be where you're at. If you're watching this video because you're in your flop era, this is a blessing in disguise. And I want you to trust that, I really do. Because if you can look at me now and think, even just, wow, she's on camera talking about these things, whatever. Like, this has been a part of that journey. Doing this YouTube channel has been a part of that journey, because this is something that's aligned with me. And doing things that are aligned with you, that fuel you instead of other people, you know, will be helpful in getting you out of your flop era. It's okay to explore. It's okay to fail. It's okay to figure out what you like and what you don't like. It's all going to feel uncomfortable until it clicks. But you have to do it. Like, you have to go through that journey and just accept where you're at. Don't judge yourself. It can be so easy to feel judging eyes on you when you're in your flop era, knowing that everyone is looking at you a specific way. Knowing that you're looking at yourself a specific way. But when you take your power back and you fix your self-perception, you start doing things that fuel you, you will start to see a change. Because then it becomes less about being this projected version of you that you think that everyone's going to love. And it becomes more about being a person that you love. Because that is so much more important. Because other people aren't inside your head. You are inside your head. And when you love yourself, when you really just are being fulfilled by yourself, nobody else's opinion matters. You know? I know that people like what I do, but that's just an added thing. What's most important is that I like what I do, that I'm happy and proud of the work that I put out. And then it's not going to matter what anyone else is thinking about you, you know? I'm so much stronger now because of my flop era. I know so much more, and I know that if I ever have another flop era, I have a toolbox, and I have tools, and I have things that I can do. I have practices that I can put in place, and I can know that it's happening for a good reason, that it's happening so that I can evolve, so that I can become something more. You know, you look at celebrities, they do it all the time. Observe that, you know, look at other celebrities and see their evolution. They do that stuff publicly in front of so many more people, right? You can do it. If they can do it, you can do it. And take your time. Don't rush. Because if you rush, it's not possible. You can't rush these things. Good things take time. And, you know, this is all leading to a really, really sustainable and solid foundation building place where you can feel self-fulfillment and you can feel happiness, because that is the goal. The first step is acceptance. Accept where you're at without judgment and go from there, one step at a time. If you fall back, all good, just get back up again. You know, the more you do it, the more resilient you'll be, the more stronger you'll be, the more happier you'll be that you kept going. And if it takes you years, my darling, it doesn't matter. Nobody is keeping score. There is time. And you will do it. And it'll be glorious. And you'll look back and you'll think, wow, I did so well. And even just accepting where you're at is doing really well. And it's a huge, huge step. I really, 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 really hope that something in this video resonated with you, that this video helped in some kind of way, because God knows I needed this. And I'll see you in the next one.